Hi, it's Maxine here for your weekly wellness video. I'm going to talk today about compassion and patience and how, in my experience, as I've grown older, I've become more compassionate and definitely more patient. And a really good example of this is how I respond to my ageing mum. Where her mobility has, decreased during the years. She has problems with arthritis. She doesn't zip about the same way as she used to do. We have to take things much slower. She needs help getting up out of a seat, and if she's going in and out of the car, putting a coat on and things like that. And in the past, when she started deteriorating in the health, I was really quite het up about it, and used to feel really impatient and cross that she wasn't going at my pace, and because I whiz around everywhere, and she wasn't doing that anymore, and that really threw me because I'd known my mum as a relatively fit and healthy person for 45 years, and suddenly she'd had to slow down in her body, and that meant she couldn't go at her normal pace. And initially, I have to say, I was really impatient with her, and felt that I was having to bite my tongue because I was getting really cross because things took longer. And I've really changed over these last few years and become much more compassionate about her and her situation, and recognising that she's got different needs now in her life, and our relationship is different. And I think when it first happens, it's quite strange because you have this role reversal. So you've always been used to parents taking care of you and looking after you, and suddenly the tables turn and it's your turn to look after them. And so that takes a bit of getting used to, really, in your head. And then there was the more physical aspects where my mum needed more help, and it's just been really nice to recognise in myself that I have changed and that I am much more compassionate towards her needs and what she's able to do. And it takes the pressure off me when I can be more compassionate, because I don't get as wound up in myself. And I just go at her pace, and that's fine. And people around us, if we go into a cafe or a restaurant, they recognise that and they accept that as well. And so it doesn't become a big deal, whereas it used to be a big deal at the beginning. And like I say, I would get really wound up. But I've really managed to step back and almost, I guess, put myself in her shoes and realise that, she's different. She has different needs now. And so my relationship with her has to change, and she needs more support from me. And, it's lovely that I'm able to give her that support, in these years where she's not able to do as much as she was able to do in the past. And I think it's just a really interesting observation that the relationship between, parents and children does usually change as the parents get older. But actually it can be really fulfilling as well, to know that, I love giving her the support and she really appreciates the support that I give her. And in a way, I guess it deepens that relationship, because, you understand each other much more. So if you find that you're presented with a situation, with elderly parents or relatives, and it's sort of stressing you out a bit, just step back and be a bit more compassionate and patient, and you'll find that you benefit from that perspective much more, and the relationship will benefit from it as well. So If you've had experiences of, situations like this where you recognise that you've become more compassionate and patient, drop a note in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.